Hi, I'm Jim LaJoy, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Parvati solar cooker from Parvati Green Tech Enterprises in India. A little bit about myself first. I've been solar cooking since 1970. I've used just about every type of solar cooker that's out there. And over those years, I've learned what I want to see in a solar cooker to make it a good design. I use a acronym CARD, which stands for collection, absorption, retention, and duration, to evaluate each of the solar cookers that I look at. So let's look at the Parvati. The Parvati has a 16-sided dual angle reflector array that's arranged to be a deep parabolic. When I say deep parabolic, I mean that the focal range or the focus of this parabolic mirror is down into the cooker, and that's unlike a shallow parabolic. A shallow parabolic looks like a satellite dish, and they will have a focal range above, or focal point above the cooker. What's important about having a deep parabolic is that when we put our pot inside, the light hits the pot from all sides. The sun hits the pot directly from the front, it hits it from the back, it hits from the top, it hits it from the bottom, so you get very even heat with this type of a collector array. So he has achieved collection using a 16-sided dual angle aluminum reflector. The next point in our criteria is absorption. And for absorption, we need a dark colored pot. For the Parvati, he's using a 3-layer pot that's been painted black. It fits very nicely in the cooker. It absorbs light from all directions, and I've used the 3 chambers of this cooker to make 3 meals or 3 different dishes at the same time. Like the first time I used it, I made rice, sweet potatoes, and a fruit compote all in the same cooker during the same time. So we have collection, we have absorption in this very nice pot. Then to retain the heat that we've collected, he provides a polycarbonate shield that goes over the cooker and has a top on it. So as the heat goes into the pot, any heat that leaks from the pot is protected from the wind by the shield. And then finally, we want to talk about duration. So we had collection, we had absorption in the dark pot, we had retention with the polycarbonate shield, and lastly we want to talk about duration. Duration is how much time can you collect the sun during any solar day. And the way that we achieve duration is by the adjustability of the focus of our cooker. In this cooker, duration has been provided in 2 ways. One is you can swivel it on its base quite easily, and then secondly, and more importantly, is the elevation angle of focus can be adjusted and set at a very low angle. Here we're pointing directly at the horizon, sun's first coming up. Here I'm going to adjust it up to where the sun is this morning. When we're focused, we can lock it in 2 directions. We can get our vertical focus there, and very easy to adjust this cooker. So it can achieve duration from first thing in the morning, the sun's just coming up over the horizon, all the way up until the sun's directly overhead, again in really perfect focus. And then as the sun goes down, we just turn the cooker to the west here, and we can achieve focus again from high noon, sun directly overhead, all the way down until the sun is just setting. So on a day that has 12 hours of sun, this cooker is going to be able to cook for all 12 hours. And that's a very, very handy feature for a cooker. So I want to talk about one of the features I really like on the Parvati, and that is the sun sight. The sun sight is this block with the pin sticking out of it, and the sun sight's used to achieve perfect focus on the sun. What we do is we rotate the cooker, and then we change the elevation on the cooker until the pin is directly inside of its own shadow there. And in that position, you have perfect solar focus where all of the panels are maximally focused into the target area. If you want a little bit longer cooking duration, use the sun sight to turn your cooker ahead of the sun a little bit, and then to raise it above the sun. Now it's 10 o'clock in the morning here where we are, and we know that the sun's going up, and we know the sun is crossing the sky towards the west. So what we've done is we've turned the cooker towards the west and we've raised the cooker upwards. So what'll happen now, we're not in perfect focus, but we're in pretty good focus. And what'll happen now is for the next 90 minutes or so, this shadow will shrink. In about 90 minutes, it'll be completely underneath the pin. And then for the next 90 minutes, we'll get that shadow growing out in this direction. And that'll give us about 3 hours of good high-powered cooking without having to focus again with this. That's one of the advantages of the deep parabolic, is it has a much broader focus. The light hits the pot from all different directions, and it gives you a much longer duration of cooking than a shallow parabolic would. Another feature that I like about the Parvati is the ability to keep the cooking area, the cooking platform, level while the cooker's being adjusted. So you see that we have this cooking platform is going to stay level. Well, that's very hot down there. And if when I tilt the array, you'll see that the cooking platform remains level. So I don't need to put any wedges or props under anything. If I'm cooking a cake in there, I don't have to worry about it spilling or coming up as a V shape. Everything stays nice and level as we pivot on that. So it has a wonderful shelf that stays level at all times to keep our cooking pot stable. The total weight of the Parvati is 5 kilograms. It's relatively portable. It's easy to set up. And all I think it's a great design. I really love the deep parabolic that they've got here. Okay, so now to summarize the Parvati solar cooker, we've got collection from 16 shiny aluminum panels that actually have 2 angles on them, creating a deep parabolic. We get our absorption in our very nice black 3-level pot. We get retention of our heat using a polycarbonate shield that's placed over that. And finally, we achieve duration with the adjustability of this cooker, where we can adjust it up and down for any solar elevation. So this cooker on a day when we have 12 hours of sunshine, it will cook for 12 hours. On a day when we have 8 hours of sunshine, it's going to cook for 8 hours. The Parvati solar cooker meets all the criteria that I have established for a good solar cooker.